Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Today, or yesterday, we found out about a game called Ghosted, and now we're making a review because it really shocked us.
Yes, this is a good game.
So was this game good or bad?
Terrible. No, it was really good.
We really enjoyed it, and yes, we will get into how it works later, but yes, we really enjoyed it.
You got it from Goodwill for $5
Yes.
yesterday, right?
And the cards were still sealed.
Yes. Pretty much brand new game. We played it once. I lost, so we played it again. And today we played it a third time. 3 times. And it hasn't even been 24 hours. That's how you know it's a good game.
Yes.
Okay.
So our initial thoughts. When I was picking this game up at Goodwill, I was reading all the rules and I'm like, dang, this is super simple. And I was hooked immediately with the concept. Do you have anything to say?
When you told me about the game, you said it's basically Clue meets
Headbands.
Clue meets Headbands, and I was like, you don't know how good it will be until you play it. We played it and it was good. We'll get into that a little later. I initially thought this game is going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, not bad. You might end up returning it. It might be dumb. I was kind of hesitant about how good it was going to be, but it is really good.
Yeah, I was going to say the first thing I'm like, if you know me, I don't usually like dice. Here's the thing though. I like dice if they're used in a good way. Where King of Tokyo, yes, the dice are good.
If the whole thing is luck-based, you don't like the dice.
Yeah, like King of Tokyo Duel, what I mean by I don't like the dice is because there's so many actions and you usually just want to do one. If you don't roll the action you want, oh no. But in this one, when you're rolling the die, it's literally just determining something that could usually help you.
Yeah, in this one, I think they use the dice well. It is honestly luck. You know, you roll, you get what you get, you do the action, but they do have one way of mitigating it, and that is if you keep rolling suspect, you get a suspect token, and the next time it's wild.
If you roll anything.
I love it. I kept rolling suspect. I was like, what the heck?
I want to clarify because otherwise this game will be very flawed. It's not just suspect. It's if anything you roll, you already solved, then you get to take a token.
Oh, I thought it was just suspect.
No, it's not just suspect. The token's purple naturally. Because the
I
whole
think you
game
should
is
face like that.
Like
You're
this.
like
So like
face the
that.
camera.
Yeah, I am face.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next segment.
So what stood out? Well, first off, this game. I mean, if you look at it, it's probably like
There's a ghost.
Yeah, it's probably just like, this game looks bland. Because the box is just like simple. And if you look at Clue, there's a lot more going on. But I do think that the game, even though it's bland, it was fun when we played. What stood out to me was most definitely the whiteboard shields. Okay, I shouldn't call it a shield. They don't do the best job with that.
No.
But you've got your things you're going off of, and it's in a whiteboard, and they do erase really well. I've been able to erase them every time.
Yes. Okay, what stood out to me, I guess we're going off box, Ghosted, I think of like, oh, they left me on red, they didn't answer me, so I was like, is this going to be a dating game?
A dating game.
Because you have, what's it called? Ghost?
Love is Dead.
Love is Dead, which has ghosts in your...
Yeah,
dating ghosts
that is
or
a
whatever.
Weird game.
So I was like, is this another dating ghosts game? You told me about it, you said it's like Clue, I was like, you are interested in a game like Clue? I love Clue, it's like one of my favorite games. I love the escape rooms, I love Clue, I love Clue, I love...
Just one final thing. I do like Clue. I just don't prefer it over some other games I've played because I find more enjoyment in those. I just really feel this still has an element of like you won't be able to do anything on one turn. But in Clue, if you're just moving around trying to get to the rooms and you're rolling the worst thing, you're just not going into a room and you can't guess anything. That isn't very common.
It's not that hard.
That isn't very common, but like I guess guys, I just don't think I like moving around a board unless it's for scoring.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
And I also like Clue Conspiracy. What stood out?
I just don't really know anymore.
Yeah, it's Clue, the ombre box. And when we actually opened it, I thought that, yeah, this is pretty cool. Especially the card displays. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying. I don't know why I'm not preferring Clue. I mean, it could be a winning thing where I haven't usually won Clue very often. And I don't think I suck at it.
Okay.
I have a lot of Clue-esque games now. I have Ghosted.
I know!
Clue FX. I have Junior Detective, and I have Suspicion. Do we call Clue Conspiracy a Clue-esque game? Yeah, Clue Conspiracy.
Yeah. Alright. Next one.
So what did we like? Well, I did like, this is just a little thing, that they include whiteboard markers in the game.
Yes.
It's very nice to have those.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I like these tokens because a lot of tokens might just be cheap or they don't need to be that thick. These bad boys, if I pick one out, you will see how thick and chunky this token is. Sorry, that's how people will usually say tokens are. But yeah, it's just, they're nice quality tokens. The whiteboards themselves are kind of easy to bend, which we don't bend them, but
they remind me
warped.
of, I think it's a little wordy. Those kind of
Yes.
boards, so you'd think it would erase terrible, but it's actually, like, fine. Like, I've used only the eraser on the pens, which, again, happy they have erasers, but really good boards. And they do give you some room for writing stuff, so...
The thing that I'm a little bit not a fan of is that the boards are sometimes hard to
No,
stack.
say what I don't like first.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just because, you know, you said everything you like,
Yes.
I'm going to say a few little tidbits, so then it's not fair if you say everything
Yeah.
you don't like, and then I say tidbits.
I don't need to say this, but it's kind of funny that they just include paragraphs and paragraphs of each suspect if you want to know them more.
We do not care. What I like...
It's fun, though.
Yeah, I like that they put the work into the artwork. I don't really know the premise of the game that much. But I like these. They could definitely be more sturdy. It feels like it's gonna bend.
You've come to an untimely end, been off, put to rest, kicked the bucket, fatally finished. You've been ghosted. Your restless spirit won't be calm until you solve your own demise from the great beyond. So,
Ghosted means that someone's not replying to you.
I guess in their terms, ghosted just means you've been killed and turned into a ghost. But, yeah.
Ghostified.
Yeah. I like the name Ghosted better, but yeah, you've been killed and you have to figure out what did it. Who, what, and why.
As a ghost. That's funny. Yeah, so I guess what stood out is the same as what we like. It's a whiteboard game. I love whiteboard games. It's Clue. I love Clue. They did good with the packaging,
Yes.
I'd say. Included whiteboard markers. Not the pencils. How dare you even think of pencils, ever. That was... Say anything?
No, just one.
Just one did like pencils.
And plastic.
We refused to even try them.
Oh, I tried it. It was fine. I don't prefer it, though.
I know this is minor, but I love the ombre on the box.
Yes. The
It's
big
pretty
thing that I really need to say, even though we've talked about this thing already, inserting the cards into it.
Very
it's
cool.
a very fun concept of inserting the cards.
And I like how they're labeled on both sides. You know how in Hangman, you'll have to guess, like, this... I'll have to put it backwards or something so the other person sees it the right way?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter in this game. It's motive. Okay, what we don't like. One minor thing is that the cards on the front are different colors from the back, so I'll look and be like, oh, it's green. So it goes with the other green one. And then you look at the back and this clarifies it. It'll say suspect,
Yes.
suspect. But the front is different colors. But you play it once or twice, you'll figure it out. We're saying what we don't like.
Yeah, I love
The board could have been more sturdy. I already said it, but could have been sturdier. It's just like paper or cardboard. Feels like it could fall apart. Also, a big problem in this game. You're going to have to sit Kind of like Battleship where you can't see someone else's board. But even with the cards here, you can see in between. So I would accidentally look and see like, oh, he has a black dot 3 in a row on here. And I'd be like, okay, he has this, this, this. Because we all made symbols, but we're all figuring out what it means at the same time.
So our solution, if you're playing with three or less, we'll get to that. Just shield
Cover
it with this.
But they really should have had like something like that. So you can still write, nothing's covered, but people can't peek.
Be careful.
It should have been like a casing.
Yeah, but be careful. Those are hard to.
Like Mastermind. Should have had a casing.
Mastermind. Yeah.
Anything else we don't like, it can be luck. Sometimes you're just unlucky. You can't roll what you need.
The thing that is a kind of a big but also minor gripe is that they abbreviate the terms. So if I ask, let's say motive, and I say, does it start with an S? Oh, that's a horrible one. Only one, or some of them. Does it start with an S? And then they could say yes or no. But the thing is, you have to clarify by saying, does the abbreviation start with that? Because it could start with the da-da-da and stuff. Like, it could be...
They shorten it?
Yeah, like left the cap off the toothpaste instead of...
on the card.
But then it says cap off toothpaste. And I'm like, why...
That can be confusing because you're like left the cap off and you're actually looking for cap off toothpaste.
So if you guys are ever playing this, clarify abbreviated so you don't get confused.
That, I know we're on things we dislike, but I have to go back to like for just a second. I love the unique actions you can do.
Yes.
You know, there's like, guess 2 weapons, guess 2 suspects, guess 2 motives. Classic Clue, just trying to figure out things. But there's the scales of justice. You can guess suspect, weapon, motive, and then the other team will tell you how many you got right. There's my favorite one, ask a yes or no question, which is so open-ended. I'd be like, does my motive start with an S? You know, it's a little bit like Guess Who. When you do the yes or no, you're just seeing how they're similar, how you can eliminate them. But you could really ask anything you want.
I would say, isn't headbands,
those are the best.
Isn't headbands and Guess Who pretty similar in what they're trying to do? I guess not, because you're trying to guess the other person's instead of your own.
No, because you don't know what all of them are in headbands.
So I think this is more like... Oh, wait. Yeah, it's both. Because headbands, you're trying to guess yourself.
It's Guess Who.
Guess Who with the inch of headbands because you're guessing yourself, not the other person. Moral of the story in this part, Hasbro makes a lot of similar games.
So yeah, the game's cool. There are a few things that are a little...
I'm kidding.
But very fun, cool game.
So, we've already went into what we'd change. But yeah, if I could change something, I would most likely change, once again, the shield being better.
Yes.
But I'm just going to give them credit because in Clue, the paper, yeah, you can do that, like cover it like this. But they don't give you a shield. This at least tried to give you a shield.
In Clue, you just flip it over, but you can't do that because you have the 3 cards set up.
Oh yeah, I forgot Clue, you could just flip over the paper.
So maybe that's what they'd need to do. They'd need stand, 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 and then flip this.
Yeah.
That would work.
If they really wanted to, they could have included like plastic bases, but I'm glad they didn't because sometimes they're made horribly and will rip the cards and the cardboard using.
I'm also glad that they didn't make it into a headband because that's my least favorite part of headbands.
Which is
the
why
headband.
It's not here.
It won't fit. It's uncomfortable. You look in a mirror and now you know you're a ladybug. Just why does it have to be on my head?
Yes. So another thing of what if there's anything I'd also change. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but I mean, nicer bags would have been nice. But these cards do fit in the bag. That's the tiniest of gripes.
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
From that category.
If I were able to change something, either like make the box or make the things easier to insert into the box. The first time comers will be like, what do I do? So for all you that are confused, for the first part, like this top part, if you have this version, there's one with the white apparently, you'll just stack 2 normally, not overlapping them. And then the other 2 spaces in the box, you will put them like that, where you slide them and put that in this one and this one. That's how you'll insert it into the box. Because then it will actually fit pretty nicely.
Like that?
Yep, and then the other one can do that too. Because the top is less pressured than the bottom, where if you try to shove it like that in the bottom, it will get stuck. So anyways, time for the next category.
I'm a visual learner myself, so I just wanted to show you real quick. What we were saying is that, look, these are both purple, so you'd think, oh, these are both suspects. Nope. One's a suspect, one's a motive. So you really just have to go by either the back of the card, obviously, or what they say on them.
My overall thought of this game is I really enjoyed it. Now, there's another category that we didn't even get into, and we will get into that. It's on how you can play this with 2 people from what we've seen.
We love making our own 2-player variants.
Yes. So overall thoughts, I really enjoyed this game. I did love so much about it. Would you call it a quick game? I feel like not really, but it might be quicker than Clue.
It's pretty quick when we played it. It's quick.
Yes. Another thing I like is that everything is equal. In Clue, you had like 6, 7, 9 and stuff. Where when all of it's equal, it makes it different enough. Or just big change. I love how they changed it from normal Clue. If it was like basically a ripoff of like a lot of the same thing, I would have been like, okay. But they pull it off very nicely in a new way.
Yes.
And yes, those actions, love those die actions. Those are so unique in this game from other Clue games.
Oh, let's pause. I have to think.
I feel like a lot of people will relate to this when they play board games. If setup is easy, it's a much more mellow time. For this game, you literally just give the motive, weapons, and suspects just a tiny shuffle. Give each player one. Not much shuffling needed until you have to shuffle all of them into a deck and then give them out.
Easier to set up than Clue.
Yes. Yeah, all those weapons, the suspects.
Okay, my overall thought is... One other thing I want to bring up is how quickly the turns go by. You know, in some you're like, it's your turn, and it feels like you're waiting forever for someone to think. This game is so simple and...
Quick?
I was going to say predictable, I don't know.
Predictable.
Like, you know what your next move is going to be.
Yes, and since there's 12 of each, there is so much room for replayability.
You look and you're like, oh, it's either this, or this in the suspects, and you can only do what you roll on the die, so it's pretty straightforward what your next action is if you're following the game.
I do want to remind you of something you've said to me about
You're not waiting around for players like, is it my turn yet? Like I was playing 3-player, you can play with up to 6, right?
Yes, that's insane.
But I bet even with 6, it doesn't drag out that much.
Yeah.
Because you're asking each other, oh, is my card this? You know, it's like headbands. Even when it's not your turn, you feel like people are playing with you. And that's what I really, really like.
Yes. I do want to remind you of what you've said to me, that I remember you saying you wanted like a white space to make a list or something of things for making... Because in Clue, they give you enough space to write R, C, the person's initials, and different categories of each. This one, you just get a list, and you have to make your own symbols if you want.
I wish they had the list, and then, like, room on the bottom for you to write. Yeah, they should have made it a little wider, maybe, and then just blank room to write. Because sometimes your symbols can get confusing, like, oh, I dot hole punch, which means I have to ask Dad. But it's a dot, so did I ask Dad or Caleb? You know, you have the symbols, but you still get mixed up. The first time we played, I got one wrong.
And I also made a mistake of not checking. It's happened in multiple games where you don't check the other players and mark those off, or yourself, which is funny.
This like one is tougher though because Clue's like, was it blank, blank, and blank? No, you don't have it. Was it blank, blank, and blank? No, you don't have it, so it's me. But in this one, if I said it wrong, that's Clue. But in this one, it's, oh, is it blank, blank, and blank? You got one right. So then you have to use your mind, a little bit of mastermind, and be like, which one did I get right? And then if you note it wrong, then you'll forget which one might be right. So there's more that goes into it than Clue, I think.
For when I had to do the...
It's a little mind game.
The green one. Let me remind my name. My name. Scales of Justice. I actually put another dot next to it to remind myself, like I had lines to signify something else, and then I put dots next to it to signify those are the three I guessed. And then when someone said, oh, you have two right, and then someone said, I asked, is my motive this? They said no, so I'm like, okay, these two dots are correct then.
So that's what makes this game tricky. You'd think it's just, oh, I own it, Caleb owns it, my dad owns it. No. Because what symbol are you going to do if I ask you and it's a no, but I haven't asked Dad?
Yes.
What symbol am I going to do if I ask Dad, he says no, but I haven't asked you?
Yeah, in Clue.
What symbol do I do if you said I got one right, but I don't know which one?
Yeah, in Clue, it spreads to
It's trickier.
everyone.
It's
but
trickier.
in this one, you only ask one person.
Yes.
So yeah, Clue, ask, it goes to everyone.
Alright, let's explain our two-player variant.
Two-player variant! So to play the two-player variant, you'll play a three-player game with these changes. The third person's cards, you will lay the 9 out on the table face down. And if you want to, you can lay the three they have face up on the table or on the stand, whatever you want to do.
Stand.
And then you will put this rule in. Since no one knows those cards, then you will, for guess two suspects, guess two weapons, and guess two motives, you can additionally, or you can you can guess the motive, suspect, weapon, whatever you roll, or you can look at a card from the player that is not playing the game. So yeah, that's what the rule change, and you'll need 2 tokens instead of 3.
Yes, just like how you play the two-player variant of Clue, where you have to go in the corners to unlock the cards, since there's not a physical third player that you can ask, like, do you have this weapon? You have to do it as you earn... Oh, it's also like the Clue... Lord Grey.
Clue
that
FX.
one. Clue FX, where you have to go around and ask the AI. You just have to learn the information, and you can't physically ask a person. So we did it where, what was our variant? Instead of asking 2 weapons, 2 motives, or 2 suspects, you can flip a card or do that.
Yep. This is not a do that and do this. It's an either or.
Yep. Which we played, and I didn't flip any cards over, and I almost got them all. Because with the yes or no, you can get a lot of information.
Expect a gameplay of this on Halloween.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that this game has I'm not even pretty sure. I'm sure this game has replaced Don't Get Stabbed. It works better with 2 players.
Oh, that game.
It's so much better as a Halloween game.
You're not trying to kill your friends.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show the setup.
Yep, time for the ranking.
Alright, so we set up a hypothetical game. So this would be our 2-player variant. You have your 9 cards. You don't know your weapon, suspect, and motive. Here's your board where you can mark to figure it out. Here's the cheat sheet. Yep, reference. Your tokens, your dice. You can see the other 2-player stuff. So let's pretend this is Caleb. And this is random player number 3.
Say hi, Caleb.
Hello.
So we're actually playing, and we don't have a third player. So we set it up as if they're playing, and then there are 9 cards. And if I roll the pink, purple, or blue, where it says guess 2, blank, then you can do that, or flip a card. So let's say I roll this. I already know my weapon, so I'm going to figure out a motive from random player number 3. Oh, I would not flip it up like that. Sorry.
Yeah, you'd look.
I'd secretly look and mark it, put it down, and because they're color-coded, because there's only 9, I think you can remember which ones you grab.
Yes.
You're realistically not going to be looking at all 9 in a game because you're going to be eliminating them through scales of justice, yes or no, and some of the others.
And just like Clue 2-player, if both of you see it, just flip it up.
Yep. And there is no actual person playing as that character, but it still works. We'll tell you if we find any flaws. And I want to show you real quick. This is the problem with the cards. You can see in between. So I can see his markings, and even though I can't read them, I could see like, oh, he has 3 black in a row for motive. And then I could accidentally figure out like, okay, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. Versus covering it, you can't tell. Oh, and same goes with the tokens as last time. If you already know the suspect, you roll a suspect.
Suspect, weapon, or motive. You take a token.
Wait, no. Would you take the token and flip? Or you'd just flip?
You take a token or flip.
Okay. So you'd either, if you don't want to guess the 2 suspects, you already know your suspect, you either take a token or flip.
Once again, that is an example. Just any of these 3.
Okay, this is the setup. Very simple, like my brother was saying, color-coded, easy guide, really cool game. One scenario that I think I just have to show to explain it that can be confusing is Clue. It's fine if people know, like, oh, I saw and you have the machete or whatever. Versus in this game, so I have my 9, I don't know who my suspect, weapon, and motive is, but I see his, and we'll pretend that my dad's playing, and his. And so I mark down my 9, and separately I mark down, okay, Caleb has... I'm saying it out loud for the purpose of this, but I wouldn't actually say Caleb is Gustav Gasket, flamethrower. But, you know, if I was marking it down, I do Gustav Gasket, flamethrower, gave a 1-star review. And for my dad, I'd mark those down as well. So in the beginning of the game, you might accidentally blurt out like, oh, why did he ask? He has the flamethrower. But he doesn't know he has the flamethrower, because even though we marked it down as Caleb Flamethrower, he is the flamethrower. He doesn't know he has it. So you have to be really careful about that. Like my brother asked about, it was 2 motives. Okay, 2 motives. He said, chewed too loudly and 1-star review. I was like, I have 1-star review. He has chewed too loudly, or, sorry, for this example, gave a 1-star review and chewed too loudly. I'm like, well, he gave a 1-star review. So you might accidentally blurt that out, and you spoil the game, and you have to start again. So be very, very cautious about that. Another thing I just realized, the reference is so big, so clear and simple on the back.
Yes.
So you just keep this up, and the game's ready.
Didn't include reference cards, but include the reference die, because do you really need reference cards for this game?
Yeah, you play it once or twice, you'll get the hang of it. It's pretty simple. Alright, what's our ranking?
I think that this game gets a solid 8.5. But that could change. Check the description for the new ranking.
Yeah, I'll say 8.
I really enjoy this take on Clue.
Me too. I don't think Ghosted is the right name, though. Ghosted makes me think that it's, like, trying to stay current with the times, and it's about texting.
Yeah.
Or my boyfriend won't text me back. Like, that gives me the wrong idea.
Okay.
It should be called, like, Investigate Afterlife or something.
Afterlife.
Afterlife Investigation.
Afterlife
Crime.
They
You know,
really
something.
Another thing that changes this is that if you didn't already know, Clue, all the cards have the same back. These have different backs. The weapons, the motives, and the suspects have different backs. So instead of being like, oh, do they have the weapon, whatever in Clue, you know exactly how many of them they have.
No, you don't.
No, I meant, no, you know how many motives, suspects, and weapons that they have in their hand.
No.
Okay, you know.
Because they don't show you their hand.
No, not the items, the cards. You can see the colors.
I never go like this.
I know, but sometimes you will. Sometimes people will do that.
No.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Sometimes, but in our
it's
last
not as
game,
mysterious.
it did not happen.
Okay, just as what I mean, it's not as mysterious as Clue because the cards have different backs. Sorry.
Yes, like with the 2-player variant, you can see. Okay, player 3 has 4 motives, 2 suspects, 3 weapons.
Yeah, do it like that, because otherwise you will be like, well, I guess I'll just look at it. Because otherwise it's more of a mystery, and it doesn't really need to be that.
Alright, let's show you 2 things, and then we'll do the outro.
Well, we are filming the clip after this one. It will be edited before our ranking, because it makes more sense to be there. The video would be showing off the 2-player variant.
Yep.
Okay.